So in the comments, a huge thing that I constantly see over and over again is that, honestly, I just choose peace. I'd rather not even go about trying to do this. I want my peace. And even in my own marriage, I had to realize that I'm a big part of if he gets to have that peace or not with my husband, if he gets to have his peace or not. We are a huge, if we're going to be around the guys, we're a big responsibility if they get to have that peace or not. And ultimately, that is one of their biggest things that matter to them. It's even biblical. So let's get into these videos of some ladies that are realizing this.
I saw a post that said that men are dating more for peace over beauty now. And if that doesn't tell you how dense and how black and white these men think, is that they're correlating more a beautiful, attractive woman to be more difficult and more demanding.
We just prefer peace over your beauty. Like I've said in many videos before, is your box worth the discomfort of not having peace in my life?
Yeah, it's gonna be a no.
Do you know what the funniest thing about so many men is nowadays? So many men are no longer scared of being single. They're now scared of being in a soul-sucking, detrimental relationship that's only gonna waste their time, waste their energy, waste their effort, and waste their money. They would rather be single than be in a bad relationship. So it's not that men are complaining because they're single. Men are complaining because they've just seen everything as such a waste of time for them lately.
What if we consider for a moment that the male loneliness epidemic is made up by a bunch of women who keep getting rejected on dating apps for either their filters or the way that they look or the way that they feel or the way that they talk, and they've made up this whole concept of men being lonely? Because I don't know about y'all, but the last time I checked, the majority of men are checking out of dating completely and want nothing to do with it. And when you think about it, these women have such unrealistic expectations because they expect a man to be making $120,000 a year, right? Where he's supposed to magically afford a house that's $650,000 while working, 20 hours a week. And
if anything that I've ever observed of a man is that when is he his happiest? Okay, if he's fed, if he's chilling on the couch, doing something that he likes. A lot of guys really like video games. And then we sit there and wonder, like, oh my God, why does he love this so much? What is it? Because it's peaceful. For him, there's no friction. There's no having to deal with anything outside of his own mind. And men are simple. They're very chill, it takes a lot to make a guy be mean, essentially. Like, it takes a lot for guys to be like that, because if anything, the biggest thing that they want to do is just go about their day and not have to worry and not have to constantly wonder and think about all this stuff. That's what we do. And so we think, how can they do that? Why? I've been there. How is he just able to do that and not things just constantly running through his head? But because they're men, they're different than us. And so what happens is that when you get into a relationship, you start realizing that, oh shoot, I am the chaos. I bring the chaos, and that he brings the tame, the leading, the calm. Like, that's what they are for us. That's why God made them the leaders and above us, is to calm that chaos that's going on in our heads, because we need it. That's why we sit there and we think we're all freaking crazy, and because in a way we are, but it's because we need men. We need men that are like, okay, that's ridiculous to overthink about this one little thing when you could just do this. And then it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense, And then over time, what I realized in my relationship with my husband is that if a lot of times if he is not peaceful or upset, it's because of something I did. And I used to hate that, like, of realizing that, oh my gosh, it's me. Like, I'm the problem. Like, that sucks to realize that. But how can you address a problem if you don't know it's there? And that's what it all comes back around to, is that, oh, we don't realize that we are the holders of a man's peace. The men protect us, but we protect their heart. We protect their peace. That's what we're there for. We're made for them. So that's why us bringing them peace is so important, or otherwise they are gone. They don't want to deal with it. And that's just what it is. We need to be teaching our fellow girlfriends, daughters, all of that. We need to be teaching them those things, that is what is going to be most important to a man, because beauty only lasts for a little while, you know, and those things are all fine and great for a little bit. But ultimately what's going to make a man stick around is if you're bringing him peace. And that's what it is, you know, because that's why they're leaving.
Still being home with the kids and being dad of the year while simultaneously trying to be an entrepreneur and a millionaire to support his family. So instead of taking like a deep reflection on why these women are failing at relationships or failing on dating apps, even down to filters, and not even presenting themselves in a way that actually represents who they are, between the filters, the makeup, the extensions, you know, the selfies, the angles, the contouring. Maybe it's not that men are actually lonely. Maybe it's the fact that men have checked out of dating altogether because they don't want to deal with all of the drama, all of the insecurities, the unrealistic expectations. They're tired of being ghosted. They're tired of being treated like shit. They're tired of being number 3 on a roster. They're tired of giving 100%. They're tired of planning the dates. They're tired of paying for a woman just for her to leave her for the Chad that has no job and no car. Are tired of trying to get to know women that don't disclose that they even have children, because women have simultaneously agreed to not even letting men know that they have children in the first place. They're tired of dealing with baby daddies and drama. But also, let's consider for a moment that even the nice men of the world that have good morals, values, know how to communicate, are top tier men. They have checked out of dating altogether, because why are they going to put up with all of this drama just to be dumped for the next Chad? I honestly think that the male loneliness epidemic is made up to help women cope with the idea that men have checked out of dating altogether. Okay, bye.
Gentlemen.
But seriously, though, I couldn't.
That's a good point. Like, that's a good point. Like, because I've seen even in the comments of some of the male loneliness epidemic videos of how that's a back and forth of where it is, we are lonely because we're humans. Like, we are meant to be with other people. But I think that in a sense, though, y'all are so much, y'all value your peace so much that, yeah, it's like, what's the point of doing this, you know? So in the comments, I love seeing y'all's explanation on these things. So definitely let me know how you feel about that. If is this male loneliness more off of our perception, so that we don't feel like men are just checking out because of us? Because we tend to do that. We tend to not want to see that we're the problem. We're the issue. So yeah, let me know in the comments, gentlemen.
I've said it better myself. Let's keep going.
And I'm not talking about rich men. I want y'all to be the fuck for real. Y'all not bagging rich men. You're not. Rich man not coming to save you, bitch. You're at Applebee's. You're getting off the bus. A rich man not coming to save you. You're 37. You been fucking regular Jerome for 37 years. You not about to get little baby.
She lies.
And you 37. You don't need to be fucking little baby.
She is lying.
Stop playing yourself and setting yourself up for heartache, because these regular ass niggas is not coming with thousands of dollars to give you. You broke, he broke, y'all gonna be broke together.
I said shut up!
And I only say that to say this. Y'all be listening to these bitches, oh, he paid me $1,000 just to DM me. No, the fuck he didn't.
My secret is out.
You're not even $1,000 to DM me kind of bitch. Come on now. Y'all be doing that shit. Y'all trying to trick who? I just want everybody to be the fuck for real for a minute. That's it. You ain't been fucking on them kind of dudes. They not coming today and they not coming tomorrow, and it's okay. Find you somebody that's in your lane and drive that.
You on your way. You going to the top.
Man, the truth bombs, but that's really what hurts women the most. The truth.
Men know, like within a month, if you're wife material. They know very.
That is a big thing that he just said, is that, dude, what hurts us the worst, the worst is the truth. And I know that because I had to do that. Like, having to face the truth for us ladies is one of the hardest things that we have to do. And because we live in this cushiony world of where we haven't been told the truth most of our lives, and having to realize a lot of things of that. A lot of it is my fault and my choices, and having to realize that it does suck. But in order to actually get what you want out of life, you have to face those things. And men are so used to this because we force them to. that they're so used to this from the jump. Like, even other men make sure that other men know, like, come on, dude, like, get it together. Like, even other men are like that with men. But with women, we will lie just to make her feel good for a second, when no, that's not how you get better at anything. That's not how you actually grow. That's not how you actually live in life, in reality. And I remember that feeling and how that sucks, being, even now when I hear the truth sometimes. Yeah, because we're emotional beings. We're going to be a little more emotional about it, but work through it. Get over it. Like, that's what it is, you know? And it is tough sometimes as a lady because we want to get really emotional about it first. But it's after a while, you keep learning that it's even silly to stay emotional about it, because what's that going to do? What's that going to actually solve? You know, and you just realize how big of a waste of a time that it is. That's actually emotional intelligence, if you wanted to know. But we have this weird definition of emotional intelligence that is completely backwards of what that is. So let's get into it.
Very, very quickly.
That's really what hurts women the most. The truth.
Men know, like within a month, if you're wife material. They know very, very quickly if they want to marry you or not.
A month? We know within like a few days.
That's fire. That's so real.
Pretty much all good men are aware of this. That's why what he just said makes what this woman said negated.
You said you get women that look for you.
Yeah.
So women approach you, those are women you talk to?
Most of my longest lasting relationship, the woman either approached me or was the first one to like to heart a picture.
That every relationship I've been in that was really long, I approached a man.
Because it always works like that. You want to know why? Because the value is there.
That's crazy.
Because you going after a man that you see high value in. So therefore, it's not like the man is chasing you, trying to convince you to deal with him. It always works better like that. These women be like, oh, that's not how it's supposed to go. Well, my life will tell a different story.
And low-key, a lot of these problems y'all having.
I think that amongst ladies, we do that. Like, don't approach him. Don't, like, no, that's you're going to miss out on a huge opportunity if you don't do that. Like, that is a really big lie that makes you miss out on things because of it. And a lot of times, just getting down to the root of it is that's because they're knocking you out as competition, honey. Because if they had the chance to do it, that's what they would do. I'm just being honest, like, of knowing how girlfriendships work. Like, they're just more mad because they wanted to be the ones to do that. Just saying, like, that's usually what it is. They wanted the opportunity. So I'm just being honest.
Y'all not treating these men how they treat you? Stop stroking his ego. You got him feeling important. That's giving him the confidence he needs to keep ignoring you. When you start acting funny, you start running. That doesn't mean you start going above and beyond to prove that you're that bitch, because you should have already do that before you met him, with or without him, whether he calls you or not. If you don't have a ring, y'all just friends. No, you can't have the keys to my place. What? Make him feel like an idiot for even asking you that. Why would I give you the keys to my place? Because we had sex? You know how much our rent is? Like, who said I was even looking for a relationship? We're just friends, okay? You're breaking your own heart, ma'am. Yeah. Why are you giving him closure? Telling him what he did and how he had you fucked up. Let him figure it out like you did. Okay? Because it's common sense. We are grown here. Any man that ever gave me the silent treatment, ask him how many.
And the fact that we got to stop listening to ladies that don't have a man. That's our biggest problem here. Why are we listening to any woman that doesn't have a man? Ever. Even if it's your mom, even if it's your sister, even if it is your aunt and women that you really care about, they are not going to be able to tell you how to get a man and keep a man if they can't do it themselves. And that's common sense. But we go off of, because we love them and we care about them, that we want to take in what they say, and it gets us caught up and gets us single, just like them. And so the biggest thing that if you truly want to walk back this way of modern woman thinking, you maybe distance yourself a little bit from those type of people, because a lot of times they're the most dangerous to keep you from actually finding a happy marriage and making it work, because they're going to tell you all these things of how you don't need to do this, girl. The right guy will come along. He's just not the one for you. And thank God I didn't listen to that advice. And that's why I am in a happy marriage right now, because of being like, I can't let this one go. And that's what it is. Like, maybe we got to be careful who we're listening to. If they're not in a successful, happy marriage, if they're not in even a relationship, that's probably not the right person to be listening to, you know? And I think that's a huge, huge issue of why we're in the state of where we're at, you know? So God bless you guys. Love you, and see you in the next one.